Hi, thanks for joining me. This is Angie at Chicken Scratch. This is the project we're making today. It's a cute box. Okay, so I've had a couple people ask for bigger boxes, so this is one of the boxes that I created just for you guys. Okay, so the supplies you're going to need. Now, I did use 12 by 12 Whisper White cardstock. You could use any 12 by 12 cardstock you want, or designer series paper. This measures 10 by 10. Then we're using the Bermuda Bay designer series paper, which is in the Brights collection. We have 3 pieces that measure 2 by 5 1/4, and then we have 2 pieces that measure 2 by 2. Then I've got a piece of Whisper White here that measures 1 3/4 by 3 1/2. I have 2 just in case I mess up. And then I've got one piece that measures 2 by 1 3/8, and then Bermuda Bay 2 1/4 by 1 5/8. The stamp set that we're using is Confetti Celebration. It is going to be in the next catalog, so we're going to be using the birthday image, which I already showed you right here. And the stamp sets, or not the stamps, the punches that we're going to use is the Triple Banner, the Curvy Corner Trio. This one is retiring. 3/4 inch circle, and the Project Life Corner Punch. And then we are using basic black ink with the Bermuda Bay marker in the Brights collection. And then we're using the Bermuda Bay, what is this called? I keep forgetting. Stitched ribbon with the Baker's Twine. Okay, so I'm going to get out the Simply Scored scoring tool, and we're going to score our Whisper White cardstock. It measures the same on both sides, so I normally say portrait or landscape, but just start with one side, and you're going to score it at 2 1/4, and you're going to do this on both sides, so just flip it over or around and score it 2 1/4. Then on the other side, which I would normally say landscape now, you're going to score it at 2 1/4, 4 1/2, 6 3/4, and 9. Now, if you watched my live stream, this was the project that we were going to make before we lost connection. So I apologize if you were watching live and I disappeared. I did try for quite a while to get back on, but it just wasn't happening. Okay, so I'm talking and forgetting to explain. This strip right here, which is a small, because you can see these are all the same size. This small section right here, you're going to remove this section on both sides. Then over here on the side, on both sides, you're going to cut up to the score line on each of these score lines. Do the same thing over here. Okay, now what I want to do is actually fold these on the score line and use my bone folder. And the reason I cut first is that sometimes it's a little bit easier to cut before you fold it. It just depends on the project. Okay, so again, I've got my section right here, and then what I want to do is I want to trim the first and the third. Okay, so what I'm going to do is fold that out of the way and just cut this in half, and then I'm going to trim it a little on the right and a little on the left. Don't trim too much, because if you do, when you go to assemble your box, it's gonna kind of collapse instead of fold in there nicely. Sometimes I accidentally cut too much. So again, I've trimmed the first, so now I'm going to trim the third. I'll make sure when I get it all cut that I lie it flat here on my desk, and then that way you can see it. Okay, let me clean this off real quick. So here we go. Here's how it looks now. So it's ready to be assembled. Except we got one more thing. The Project Life corner punch. We want to round this edge here. And you don't have to round it. You can just trim it just a tad if you don't have the rounder. Or the corner rounder, I should say. Okay, so the spots that you're going to put adhesive is you want to put adhesive on the outside of these two and on the inside of this one. So I'm going to take my Fast Fuse. Uh-oh. Okay, so now I'm going to fold it. Did I get adhesive on there? I did. I should have probably put a little bit more than that. And then here. And now we just want to bring this up. Just like that. Just like that. See? So here's our box. Okay? So now we just want to decorate it with our paper first. And I probably should have added the paper sooner. Okay, so I did it again, and I'm going to show you an example. So remember how I told you that if you trim too much on the side, that the top will kind of collapse a little bit? Let's see, did I trim it too much? I did a little bit. Just right here on this side. See how far I went in? That's actually the best measurement. I don't know why I cut too much. I was telling you not to cut too much, and I still did it. It'll be okay. Okay, let's add our paper. So we've got all of these. And let's see, I may have to put some more adhesive in here. Okay, so now let's take this. I'm going to open this up because I don't want to squish it. And this is going to go on the front. This is going to go on the back. Isn't this pretty? Now this is going to go on the sides. And this one. Oh, now, you don't have to do this step, but if you want to, you can take the 3/4 inch circle punch and give it just a little notch like that. And that really helps people to know how to open up the box, you know. So without that, it's kind of confusing. And you can just wrap an entire thing of ribbon around it, but I just decided to decorate the top. Okay, so I'm going to take my small piece of Whisper White cardstock. Again, that measures 2 by 1 3/8. And I'm going to stamp the Happy Birthday from the Confetti Celebration. I'm going to give that a minute to dry. So what I'm going to do is take my 1 3/4 by 3 1/2, and I'm going to first place it in the banner punch, and then I'm going to place it, and I centered it in that punch, and I'm going to try to center it in this one. So I'm just going to put this, so I'm trying to line up the tip of this punch with this tip here, okay? If that makes sense. And then press. See? Voila. I'm sad it's retiring because I have not used it as much as I meant to. Okay, so now let's take our Bermuda Bay marker and color. And I'm not sure I'll be able to see real well. You guys know I have terrible vision. So if I go outside the line, I actually colored one in advance. So I'll just get that one. Okay, so I don't think I went outside the line. I'm so happy. I'm envious of people that are really good at coloring. I really like the color, but I'm not the best at it. So, yay, I did not have to edit that out at all. Or start over. Okay, so I'm just going to attach that just like that. Then now, we're going to attach it here also. And I did not pop it up, believe it or not. I usually use dimensionals, but not this time. Okay, so just going to place it right there. And then we're going to add, and you don't have to do this step. I just like adding a little bit of bling to everything. And hopefully that's got some adhesive on it. No, it doesn't. It came off. Let's try this side. Okay, there's that. Now we're going to take our ribbon and we're going to cut 3 pieces. You don't have to use 3. You can use just 1 if you want. I just wanted to do something different. I haven't done that in a while. So I'm just going to cut 3 pieces, all the same size. Okay, so we're just going to bring this together just like that, and then we're going to take our white baker's twine, get that out of the way, and we're just going to tie, what I do, a little bow. Yep. Well, come back here. It's hard to hold them and tie the bow at the same time. Okay, so just gonna make a little bow. This may be the second time I'll get it. There we go. Okay, so now I'm gonna shorten up these little bows. Isn't that cute how all 3 of those do that? Or I guess that's 6 if you count doubling it. Okay, and then to add it to the top of our box, what I actually did was used glue dots. That's so cute. Now, if the ribbon is too long, then you can just trim the ends. Okay, so here they both are. If you like this project, click the like button, and if you love it, please subscribe. Have a great day. Thanks a lot. Bye.